Welcome to the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Monday, March 21st. Over the last 1 to 2 weeks, we've seen precipitation mainly targeting the northern half of the Great Basin. However, even these areas, precipitation has only been near to above normal in a few spots. Most areas remain below normal, most notably over western and southern Nevada, into parts of the Arizona Strip and southern and eastern Utah, and even pockets up north into Idaho. Looking at new snowfall over the last 72 hours, we did have some light new snowfall in some of the higher terrain areas of the Great Basin, and the snow depth is indicated on the right. You can see the snowpack is still below normal in most areas over the northern half of the Great Basin and near normal over far southern areas. However, much warmer and drier weather coming up this week will decrease the snowpack in most locations. Looking at the satellite image from this morning, you can see a ridge of high pressure building off the west coast that will push into the Great Basin this week for very warm temperatures and dry conditions. In the meantime, the exiting area of low pressure in the southwest will cause gusty north winds over southern Nevada into Utah today, and also a few spotty showers and clouds over the eastern half of the Great Basin. As we move later today, again, you can see that exiting system with those gusty winds. Some systems brushing up into the Pacific Northwest might push a few light showers into Idaho today, but really nothing noteworthy. And then again, the dispersion where those gusty winds will remain over southern areas today will remain quite good and will be decreasing further north and west as that ridge moves in. Transport winds today will show gusty winds over again the southern areas of the Great Basin with those gusty north winds anywhere from about 35 to 40 or 45 miles per hour. We'll also show rather high mixing heights or moderate to high mixing heights across the region. As we move into Tuesday, this ridge of high pressure builds into the western half of the Great Basin. Still some breezy north winds across much of Utah and the Arizona Strip and into far southern Nevada, so that will keep dispersion higher in those areas for one more day. Looking at those gusty winds, again, winds not quite as strong as what we'll see today over the southern half of the Great Basin, but still gusting in the 30s, especially in the higher terrain areas of Utah, into southern Nevada, and into the Arizona Strip. However, temperatures will start climbing on Tuesday. We will see lighter winds over northern and western areas as the ridge moves in, with generally moderate to high mixing heights, but quite a bit lower over central Idaho. As we move into Wednesday, that ridge builds overhead, so especially going from mid to late week, we'll see very warm temperatures, well above normal, and even some record temperatures, especially as we get towards Wednesday, Thursday, and really into Friday. So really mid to late week is where we'll start to see some of those temperatures approaching or exceeding records. Winds under the ridge will remain light with dry conditions, so again, poor dispersion by Wednesday in all areas. Again, Wednesday with those lighter winds, no real concerns there. Mixing heights will remain moderate to high over most areas and lower up across Idaho and Wyoming. The forecast clearing index for Utah, obviously with those gusty to strong winds over much of the southern half and eastern half of Utah today and Tuesday, we'll keep those clearing indices higher, but they will be decreasing by Wednesday as that ridge builds in with those lighter winds and expecting more inversions. No real issues with forecast or precipitation over the next few days. Again, maybe some spotty showers across Idaho and the eastern half of the Great Basin. As we move into Thursday, that ridge remains overhead, so again, warm and dry with those potential for record temperatures. Generally poor ventilation indices. We might see some better dispersion with just some westerly winds over northern Nevada, but for the most part, poor dispersion. These conditions continue on Friday with that ridge in place and near record temperatures and dry conditions. And then as we get into the weekend, we will start to see another storm system off the west coast approach the area. So we will see an increase in clouds and winds on Saturday across Idaho and into far western Nevada. So we will see improved dispersion there. And then really it's on Sunday that system moves in. So we'll see clouds and some light shower activities starting on Sunday across many areas of the Great Basin, along with cooler temperatures and breezier winds. So better dispersion in all areas for this weekend. Forecast amounts of precipitation, this is just through Saturday morning, so not showing much, just some showers brushing the northern areas as that ridge is in place with systems moving by to the north. But again, we will see a better chance of precipitation in all areas, especially as we go into next Monday. The 8 to 14-day outlook taking us from March 28th to April 3rd shows warmer conditions over the eastern half of the Great Basin and cooler conditions in the west, with a return to above normal precipitation for really much of the region. That concludes our webcast for today. Check back on Thursday for the latest updates.